Hey, good to see you. Oh, there went another text message. Hey, Rondy Lambeth here. Glad to be spending some time with you. I wanted to, first of all, congratulate the 9 people who won silver. And I also want to thank all the people that have been watching, who've been hashtagging Fortress Credit Pro, who've been sharing the video and tagging their friends. I really appreciate it. And for all of you that have won the silver already, thank you so much for taking a picture and posting that. Just showing everybody that it's legit. You know, I'm really giving away thousands of dollars of silver and gold in the month of December in an attempt to get you to share the video with your friends to help them about their credit. We're not selling anything. And I'm doing this absolutely to help promote, to promote the idea of having great credit. Great credit is a choice. You know, I said it for years. Bad credit is a choice, and so is great credit. You can have good credit. You can have great credit if you're willing to put in the work. Give out the Bitcoins. I don't believe in Ponzi schemes, man. Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme. If people started cashing out the Bitcoin, it would drop. And as soon as they start taking that money out, the whole thing's going to come crumbling down. The only way Bitcoin stays in is if people keep putting money in, similar to the largest Ponzi scheme on the planet, which is called Social Security. That's why I don't participate in that nonsense either, or at least not as much as I try not to participate as much as possible in that. And there's legal ways to do it, and I hope that you know how to do that. So real quick, for all of you who won the silver, congratulations. I'm going to be giving away 9 right now. Jason, if you could list all the 9 people who won, please. I have the coins right here in my hand. Right there, baby. 9 silver coins going out in the mail tomorrow. Let's see who they are. What do you guys think of the beard? Starting to grow on me. I got to trim it up a little bit right here, I think. A little bit down here. But I think it's starting to grow. Now, as you can see, I am not in Las Vegas right now. I'm in my house in Lake Tahoe. It is cold. I've already acclimated to Vegas, I think. It is cold out here. So here's how you get a chance of winning silver tomorrow from today's video. Share today's video. Tag a friend. Hashtag Fortress Credit Pro. All right, let's go over here and look at the winners real quick. Nice. Cashed out that's cool. Hey, John, you just said you cashed out your Bitcoin. Did you let your CPA or your tax professional know how much you made? And did you get it on your tax return? Because, my friend, you're going to pay taxes on that. So don't spend it all. The IRS is going to come knocking if you spend it and you don't pay. And they know who has got the Bitcoin. They know. Look at the billions of dollars they stole from that guy. The U.S. government went in and took several $billion from a dude in Bitcoin for having the website for selling drugs. He wasn't selling the drugs. He had the website to selling drugs. They know. They know, and they're going to find out eventually, and they're going to come knocking. All right, let's see who won. Oh, Caden says, hi, Grandpa. That's awesome. My grandson, Caden. Let's see, where's the list? Where's the list? Here we go. Let's see if I can read them. All Things San Diego, that would be Kit Georgie. Thanks for sharing that. He runs that website. Thanks, Kent. Dave Snitkin. Thank you, man. I talked to you yesterday, I think it was. I don't know why it does that, Jason, but that's the only two I can see. I don't know why I can't see, but there's lots of winners. If you could post a couple more, Jason, I appreciate it. Maybe do 2 at a time because I can't see more than 2. IRS services in California. I don't know what that means. All right, cool. So let's go over to... Oh, Michelle's just going to bring up the list. That'll make it easier. Michelle's here with me. And
you want me to read them to you?
yeah, just bring them over here if you could. I want to share it to everybody. So these are people who shared the video, tagged a friend, hashtag Fortress Credit Pro, or bad credit is a choice.
Julie Cisneros.
Julie Cisneros.
Rachel Lazo.
Rachel Lazo.
Tony Valenzuela.
Tony Valenzuela.
Jason Tavernia.
Jason Tavernia won again.
Christopher Hobart Trammell.
Christopher Hobart Trammell. I think that's a new winner.
Rick McGuire.
Rick McGuire. You won some silver, buddy.
And Sherry Kobe Murray.
Oh, there's the list. And Sherry Kobe Murray. Thank you. Hi, Juan, my friend from Mexico. All right, so let's get into the...
Hey, Juan. Hi, Kaden.
There's Chasney. Oh,
hi,
there's
Kaden.
Michelle. Let's get into the nitty-gritty and what today's title is. And that is, your spouse's credit doesn't impact your credit score. And I had someone ask me this today. She said that it was actually we call her my half-sister. She is my father's... You ever watch the video, I Am My Own Grandpa? Well, I kind of have a life story of that. But so this girl contacted me. I've never met her. She is my half-brother's half-sister. Does that make sense? Even though her dad is an illegal here in America, but they claim that my dad is their dad, but they don't go by my last name. But they claim that my dad is their dad so they can get the government VA benefits. So it's kind of a scam that her mom's doing. Not my sister, but her mom's doing the scam. But anyway, she's getting married. And she asked me, is her future husband's credit going to impact her credit? Thank you, Rick. I see your comment. That's awesome. My info is better than silver or gold. That's awesome. Don't get into my family tree. I know it is kind of crazy. If you kind of want to get an idea of it, is look up the video, I Am My Own Grandpa. There is some of that going on in the family tree. But so she wanted to know, is her future husband's credit going to impact her credit score? Maybe you're thinking that. Maybe you're thinking you're going to get married, and the person you're getting ready to marry is got bad credit. And how is that going to impact your credit score? And it's not. It's not going to impact your credit score. Someone just posted, not unless it's joint accounts. Well, it's somebody you're getting married to, so you maybe not have joint accounts already. I don't know. Maybe you've been living together for a while. I don't know. Maybe. But it's not their credit. That's the key, is it's not their credit that impacts your credit score. So even if you're joint, it's not their credit that impacts your credit. It's the fact that you and that person didn't pay your bills on time that impacts your credit score. So if your future spouse has a habit of not paying their bills on time, that's not necessarily, when you get married, it's not going to come across to yours. But if you get married and you go joint together and that spouse brings in their bad habits of not paying their bills on time, then that could impact your credit score if you don't supervise the bills, right? But your spouse's credit's not going to impact your credit score. Think about it this way. Think about it as a driver's license. Your spouse's driving record is not going to impact your driving record, right? Their driving record, the fact that they've had 5 DUIs, the fact that they got speeding tickets, the fact that they've been to prison, whatever, it's not going to impact your driving record. Now, it could impact how much you pay for car insurance, but their bad driving record doesn't just come onto yours just because you got married. Does that make sense? Did I explain that in a way that you can understand that? We got some free wine today, some free steaks. I don't know what we're going to cook them on because we don't have a grill here because we took them to Vegas. But there's a frying pan in the house and some butter. So to answer your question, little sister, his bad credit is not going to impact your credit report. Now, if you guys have joint accounts and you open joint bank accounts together, his bad credit could impact your ability to open a bank account. His bad credit, if you apply jointly on a credit card, could impact your ability to get a credit card. His bad credit, if you apply jointly, and you live in the state of California, so you're going to have to file jointly, could impact your ability to get an apartment or a house together. But his bad credit doesn't just automatically mess up your bad credit. Does that make sense to you? So one of the things that eHarmony, Match.com, one of the things they're asking now for men and women is, what's your credit score? They're actually making men do a soft inquiry. Now, I don't know this because I was on a dating site. I actually saw this on Fox News on Outnumbered. That's one of my favorite shows to watch. If I had a favorite news show, I like it because there's 4 or 5 beautiful women outnumbering a dude. And they were talking about this, how Match is asking for men to do a soft inquiry. I need a hat in that frigid weather. I do. But that's why I have the fire on. See, that's why I have this. I'm actually staying pretty warm. Oh, my wife brought one out.
Your wife will take care of it.
So I have a little hoodie here. I walked the dogs today. And I did notice something, that when I had my hoodie on, my facial recognition on my new iPhone didn't work. Thank you, baby. But actually, it is pretty comfortable here with the fire that my friend Flipper Manchester built for me, my fire rock. We're going to get one built in Vegas once we get that. So, but women, one of the biggest things that women look for in a man, more so, according to Match.com, which, they got tens of millions of people on their website, so they should know, right? But one of the things that women are saying is they care more about a man's credit score than his looks and his humor. Now, for years, I've always heard that women care more about your humor, how funny you are. They care more about that than they do about how you look or your money, right? David Mihalik, thank you. 72% of women find credit scores more important than humor. Look at that. I didn't make this number up. These are Match.com people and eHarmony. Gold diggers. You know what? It's not even gold diggers. Grant Cardone said this about Elena in September. Grant Cardone, myself, and Brad Lee were all on the same stage at an event in L.A. at the Ritz-Carlton. And I talked about credit. Grant talked about, sales. And Brad talked about really how to scale your business. And there were a couple other speakers. Roddy Chong, who's a world-class violinist, was there. There's another dude that's got over 500 fitness franchises. So there's some big power players on that stage. But one of the things that Grant said was he didn't care that Elena was a gold digger. In fact, he respected her for that, because if she wasn't, she was stupid. Now, Grant and Elena have their own separate bank accounts, their own separate money, because Elena was arguably a very successful actress. She still holds a world record for skeet shooting. And, she was in a bunch of B movies, but there's a lot of people that never made it into the movies. And she was in one of the most successful movies that played on NBC. So, arguably, she wasn't an A-lister, but she could say she was a B-lister. She made it on Maxim magazine, top 100 most beautiful women in the world, according to Maxim. But one of the things that he said about Elena was, and she's incredibly intelligent, was he respected the fact that she was attracted to his money, because that meant that she was smart. And so what Match is saying is that it's not that these women are gold diggers, because you can have great credit and no money. I mean, you'd be living. I made one of my brothers makes, I think, $1,100 a month. He's on disability, so he makes less than $14,000 a year. And he, after doing what I told him to do and pulling some of my tricks, I got him up in the 740s and 760s. So he had excellent credit, but he still is broke. Right? So what I'm getting at is what they're looking at, what these women are looking at on Match. So if you're a single dude, this is really important. What women are looking for is security over how funny you are, how handsome you are. They're looking for security, and what women have figured out, because women are smart. They're a lot smarter than us dudes. They figured out that if a dude has good credit, he's more responsible than the dude with bad credit. Because the dude with good credit pays his bills on time and is responsible with what he has. And he is willing to commit. And he does what he says he's going to do. Women like that. Women like men who will commit, that are responsible, that follow through with what they said they were going to do. Think about it. If you're a dude right now and you were thinking about dating some chick, but she doesn't pay any of her bills on time, and you're a man with means, you're a man with money, would you date her? Like for a serious relationship? If you looked at her credit report and you saw that she didn't pay anything on time. She's got collections. She didn't pay a cell phone for $80 and now it's got sent to collections with Verizon. Would you want to have a serious relationship with that woman? Think about it on the man's side. On the woman's side. You go on Match.com, and we're not talking Tinder, we're not talking Bumble. We're talking serious websites where people are looking for relationships. eHarmony, Match.com, maybe even Only Farmers or something like that. Whatever that one is, the goofy commercial. But I'm waiting for OnlyPlumbers.com or OnlyMechanics.com, right? But think about it. Would you want to get into a serious relationship with someone who had a spending problem, that couldn't pay their bills on time? No. That was one of the things that I love about my wife now. One of the things that attracted me to her was she was responsible with her money. She had great credit. She took care of all her bills. She managed her own money. And that she could live within her means. You know, she wasn't going crazy. She didn't have a bunch of credit card debt. She wasn't out there shopping just because she needed to go shopping. She needed that high of buying something. And that was important for me when I was in that dating scene, if you will. So it's really important for you dudes out there to fix your credit. And women. It's important if you're looking for a long-term relationship, you got to get your credit cleaned up. Now, if you want to win some of this silver, I gave away 9 of them today, but I'm going to give away some more tomorrow. If you share the video, tag a friend, hashtag Fortress Credit Pro, I'll be giving away some money, real money, not Bitcoin, not giving away a Ponzi scheme. We're giving away real money. Money that's been around since the beginning of time. Silver and gold. Real money. But does your potential spouse, does their bad credit impact your credit? The answer is no. Their credit doesn't impact your credit score at all. Now, could it impact your finances? Yes. It could impact your ability to get a credit card, to rent a car, to get an apartment, to buy airline tickets, to take them on vacation. Yeah, that could impact your finances, but their credit score doesn't impact. It doesn't just, when you get married, to automatically come over to you. And in many states, their debt also doesn't automatically come over to you. So if you get married and they got a bunch of garbage out there, it doesn't automatically come over. Now, some states it does. Here's the other thing I'm going to give you some advice on. If you're in a serious relationship, I gave this to my friend Reno. When he started dating this girl, I'm like, did you check her credit? He's like, no, why would I check her credit? I'm like, man, you can tell a lot about a woman from her credit score. You should check her credit. So he did, and she got offended. She got offended and upset because he wanted to look at her credit. And he finally said, look, man, if you're not willing to do a background check, and if you're not willing to go through a credit report and a credit score, I'm not willing to date you. Right? Maybe that saved him 10 to 20 years of alimony. I don't know. Because they're not together anymore. Because she was a psycho. That's why she didn't want him to see her credit. That's why she didn't want him to see her credit. Because you can tell a lot. So if you're in a relationship and you're thinking about getting married, here's something I would recommend. You should know your future husband, your future wife's credit report. You should look at it. You should see, are they a man or woman of principle? Do they pay their bills on time? Do they do what they say they're going to do? Or are they someone who goes and uses a credit card and then doesn't pay for the product that they bought? Because here's what's going to happen. Here's my opinion and my experience of looking at tens of thousands of credit reports and helping tens of thousands of people delete over 1 million items from their credit reports. If they bail on their credit cards when they get their big screen TV and their Xbox or their PlayStation and all their games, if they bail on something they like and when they get tired of it, they don't pay the credit card company, they're going to bail on you. The moment that you gain a little bit of weight, the moment that you become they could become bored with you, they didn't pay their credit card, they're going to bail on you too. They're going to bail on your babies. You're on your own. You can tell a lot about somebody from their credit score. A lot. And this is why Match.com is requiring men now to put in their credit report. Right? I know there's some dudes out there pissed off right now at me. And probably some women. Here's the other thing I'd tell you. If you're thinking about getting married and this person's got all of this baggage, do you really want to bring all of their baggage into your relationship? Is that really what you want? Here's what I'd recommend. If they got all of these tens of thousands of dollars of student loans and collections and all the stuff that they bailed on, make a man up, file bankruptcy, work out a payment arrangement. Don't just say, oh, it's my ex-wife's fault. No, it's not. It's your fault, dude. It's your fault. I have a thing underneath my desk that says, I am responsible. And anytime anything goes wrong in my company, I'm responsible for it. Because it's ultimately my fault because I did something wrong. I'm responsible. Right? Anytime somebody says they blame it on their ex-spouse, well, it's their fault. I went through divorce. Divorce doesn't ruin your credit. Not paying your bills on time is what screws up your credit. That's what screws up your credit, not the divorce. Now, maybe you went through some financial hardship due to the divorce, but don't say that it's the divorce that screwed up your credit. So I'm going to end the video here in a few minutes. But if you'd like to win some silver, get your chance of winning some real money, share the video, tag a friend, hashtag Fortress Credit Pro. Share the video, tag a friend, hashtag Fortress Credit Pro. You got to do all three. If you don't do all three, Jason's not going to put you into the drawing. He's a stickler of those rules. Share the video, tag a friend, and not your spouse. Tag someone other than your boyfriend or girlfriend, unless you want them to watch the video. Then that's different. And hashtag Fortress Credit Pro. And we will send you, we as in Jason, I bought the silver, Jason mails it out. we'll send you some silver. That's a prospector coin there. I sent out some today. I got some cool. How do you tag? You just type in your friend's name. So John, if you wanted to tag your friend, you just type their name in. It'll actually like hyper. Somebody just wants to take over my Facebook. I've never seen that before. Aaron, whoever you are, it just popped up saying they want control over your video. That's cool. It's probably a mistake. I get it. Share the video, tag a friend, hashtag Fortress Credit Pro, and you can get a chance at winning some silver, and at the end of the month, some gold. Awesome, Michael. I'm glad you like the prospector coin. It is pretty cool, isn't it? It is pretty cool. See, John, that's how you tag someone right there, Kevin Steele. Except for you probably didn't tag him because his last name's not spelt. It doesn't have a capital S. Facebook's weird. What you want to do is type in like KEV, and it'll pop up, and then you click on them, and then it will actually tag them. Because if you just type in their name like that and you ignore the Facebook tagging, your friend won't actually see the video. So share the video, tag a friend, and hashtag Fortress Credit Pro. To recap, does your spouse's credit impact your credit score? And that is no. Even if you're joint, there you go, John. That is the correct way to do it right there. Even if you're joint, it doesn't impact your credit score. What impacts your credit is you not paying the bills. Now, can your spouse do something to impact your credit score? Absolutely, they can. But that blanket statement that I got bad credit because of my spouse, that's not true. You got bad credit because you didn't take responsibility for your bills. Even if your spouse gets doctor bills, and even if you're in that state where it comes across, they still got to follow the law. They still have to do certain things. They got to notify you, and if they don't, then you simply hire a company like me, and I go in and I get them removed. All right. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope to see you on the list tomorrow for some silver. Remember, bad credit is a choice. You can make a difference. You can do what it takes to have good credit. And having great credit is really not that hard. It's really not that difficult. And 72% of all women out there right now state that your credit score is more important than your looks or your humor. So if you're a single dude and you're looking for a catch, like that perfect woman, you better have good credit. And if you're a perfect woman looking for a catch, a long-term husband, someone who's not going to cheat on you, someone who's not going to look for the next thing, someone who's going to be responsible, even when you get a little beat up, make sure they got great credit. It's so important. It impacts every aspect of your life, regardless if you think so or not, it does. All right, I'm going to take off. Good seeing each and every one of you on here. I'm going to share my fire with you real quick.